Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. My name's Dion and today I'm going to be going through the Forex pairs which I plan on trading this week. So I've already done a little bit of analysis. I've chosen the pairs I want to look at and I'm going to be using Prime Market Terminal to talk to you about why I chose these pairs and what I'm looking for. So let's get straight into it. This is where I started. This is the main page for me. This is where I scout out which pairs I want to trade. So first I filtered by strength, just to give me the best trades to look at. So after there, I went down and this is the strategy which I'm looking for at the moment. I look at the pattern and the DXM. The pattern is what the algo is predicting is going to happen, and the DXM is essentially how are the retail traders trading. So if the algo is showing me one thing and the retail traders are doing another, then for me, that's a green light. That's a good sign to go, because most of the time retail traders don't know what they're doing. They go the other way. So if most of them are going long, for example, but the algo, which is based on previous data and actual data, is showing that price is going to go short, then I want to go with the real data and the algo. So I want to short and go against the retail traders. So I've picked out three pairs. I've got Eurocad, I've got Gbp Aud, and I've got Usd Cad. So to start with, I'm going to go with Eurocad and let's dive in further. So here's a little trade setup which I have put on, and I'll explain why. So if we go down to the price prediction here, the prediction candles based on seasonality, we can see that around the top of this green candle, we're going to see price eventually make its way down to down in this area. Now, I don't have a huge screen with me at the moment, so it might be a little bit hard to see, but yeah, we're looking for bearish action. You can even see here, it looks like price is going to dip, pull back a little bit, and then drop further. Now, this isn't to be used with like timing. This doesn't say that price is going to drop at this time, then it's going to pull back at this time and drop from there. For me, it's just a general guide to see how price is going to move. So I combine these together and I've decided that, yeah, we're seeing bearish movement according to the algos. Now they do have the seasonality forecast table too, which predicts how many pips it's going to drop and what probability, like how much probability is it going to happen. So you can see here 47% chance that in 2 days we're going to see a pullback or drop of 28 pips. I personally don't use that too much, to be honest, but it's something good to have. So I've looked at the seasonality. I haven't looked at price action yet, so let's discuss that. You've seen price pull up to a previous resistance, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this trend, this line down here. So you can see this resistance at some point was also a support here, so we can even drag that a bit further here. Actually, this might be more clear with a box drawn around it. So we'll draw in the chart. Oh, sorry, we'll draw in the box here. So you can see here, this might form like a double top. There's a high probability of a rejection from here since this was a previous resistance. So what we were seeing on the DXM, we can go back and have a look. Let's see what retail traders are doing. Okay. So most retail traders are going long at this point, but we're at a resistance. Now usually a clear resistance would show most retail traders are trying to short from there and would have a spike up, have all of their orders taken out, and then price pulling back. So they must think for some reason that we're going to see a push through this resistance, which may happen. And now we have the percentages of long shorts, and this is updated every 15 minutes, I believe. So we can see now that we're having a higher amount of short volume coming in. So I don't know where this volume is coming from. Is this now the institutional volume coming in and we're about to see the drop from this resistance since most retail are going long? Not too sure there, but you can see here clearly that retail is going long. So don't need to look at anything else, to be honest. Okay, so these are my trade ideas for Eurocad. we're either going to see a rejection and a strong wick from this resistance, which if we do, I will enter a short position and target down here, because this is where the seasonality prediction, or the candle prediction was indicating that price was going to come down to. Now, if we do continue moving in a bearish market structure, which is the lower lows and lower highs, which we can clearly see, we will see a break below the last low if we remain in that bearish market structure. But I'm going to be conservative here because we are trading Forex. We're not trading crypto. It's not as volatile. We don't see as many big moves. So I'm going to play it conservative and stick with the data from the algo and put my targets here. The way this trade can be managed, I mean, honestly, I could set targets here and say set a take profit here, so I can pull a certain amount off the table and let the rest run, which is probably the smarter idea. I think that's how I'm gonna play this, to be honest. So yeah, this is a nice trade idea. It's a 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio, but also what we could see is a spike up above this area, because this is a pretty clear resistance, in my opinion. I do feel like it could get taken out. So I'll put another box up here, and this is where I would like to see price come to next, which is essentially, this is the last area of like consolidation where I think the most volume is. We can pull this back even further here. So yeah, or short off there. So that's my idea for Eurocad. Now let's go into Gbp Aud. So with GA, very similar here. We can see price pulling into a resistance. Now, this doesn't look like a clear resistance because it's like we don't have candlesticks wicking to it or anything. It's more of an area of consolidation. But for me, a previous area of consolidation can also be treated as a resistance or a support, because there most likely is a lot of volume there. We can even use the fixed range tool, but I don't think we can access that through a prime market terminal. But essentially what I'm looking for, as you can see with the technical analysis, is that I do want to see a rejection of this area, and then I want to short from there down to the last lows. But just like Eurocad, we may also see a, duplicate this, we may also see price pull back into these last highs before making that drop down, which will give us a 1 to 9, essentially a 1 to 9 risk to reward ratio. The one that we have currently though, if we do see a rejection from there, it's a 1 to 5, which is still pretty decent. So let's go into some analysis here. Let's head into seasonality. I always forget where it is, and it's tiny on my screen. Oh, we're already in seasonality. Okay, never mind. Let's scroll down. So what seasonality is saying, we're seeing bullish movement predicted by the algo. We're seeing bullish movement also with the prediction candles, but the slight pullback, which is what I was hoping to drop, which is what I was hoping to catch. But looking at it now, I don't actually know why I was trying to short this, so I'm gonna get rid of these. Never mind. And let's see. So seasonality is pretty bullish, to be honest, saying that we may hit a price of roughly 1.8. So yeah, let's see what retail is doing, because the algo is clearly bullish, but let's see what DXM is doing. If they're bearish, then that would be my sign to go long, but they are also bullish, so this doesn't fit my strategy. So I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to scrap GA, because the algo is saying that we're bullish, but then DXM is also bullish. So my strategy is they need to be opposite, so we'll get rid of GA. Now USD Cad, on my notes, it does say bullish here with USD Cad, but I haven't actually gone through this at all. So let's do this together. So we're in seasonality at the moment. Let's scroll down. Let's have a look what price is saying. So we're seeing the seasonality prediction is bearish. The prediction candles are also bearish. Price coming down to 1.26. Seasonality forecast table. I mean, throughout the week, it is predicting a drop of 67 pips, which is pretty decent, to be honest. Seasonality performance, I'm not going to look at any of that. So overall, with seasonality, bearish. Let's look at what retail is doing here on the DXM. So retail is also bearish, which doesn't really work well with me for this strategy, because they're not opposite. we can see here that we're getting more and more retail traders coming in with shorts. And look, it's not that retail traders are wrong every single time, but it's more than likely they are wrong. So that's why I choose to go against the retail traders. I'm just trying to take the trades which give me a higher probability of being right. So if this doesn't work either, that's fine, that's cool. We'll get rid of USD Cad. So it looks like the only pair that I'll be looking at the moment for this week is Eurocad. So I'm curious, I just want to see what its prediction is for the 5 days. So a drop of 46 pips. So let's see where it is now. Wait, it's over here. So 46 pips from here would be, it's not much, to be honest. Probably about there. But look, we are in the 4-hour time frame. I don't really like to trade lower than that. But look, based on technical analysis, which is how I want to approach this trade mainly, like I want to use prime market terminal as my confirmations for the trade. But this looks clean, nice clean bearish trend, lower lows, lower highs. We've pulled back into a previous area of resistance. So if we can see a wick off this area, then based on the data, we will see price make a drop. It doesn't look too significant, but look, this can change. So I'm just going to use this as my confirmation that price is bearish. I'm going to use my technical analysis to set my take profits and my stop loss, and we'll go from there. So this will be the trade for the week. I will update you either at the end of the week or when this trade is finished, and we'll just go from there. So hope you enjoyed that analysis with prime market terminal, and I'll catch you when this is all done.